Hello everyone, and welcome back for another installment of our vlog. Today we are outside of Syosset number 3, and the unique thing about this episode is a lot of times you see the before and you see the after, but you never see the in-between. And we're just about to ready to close up the walls. We unearthed an amazing amount of problems. There was open permits here. We need a new sewer, we need a new water. But what you're gonna see inside today, you're gonna see that exact halfway point where we've done our electric, done our plumbing, reframed, restructured, all kinds of steel throughout the entire house. But now you're gonna get to see just how thorough this renovation was before we close up the walls. A lot of people wonder, how does a renovation cost so much money? Why have costs gone up so much? But the reality is, sometimes meshing new with old is actually more time consuming and more expensive per square foot than just knocking down and starting new. Let's go inside. So what was here before and what do we have now? So this home started out its life as a 2,000 square foot ranch. We're on a half-acre property, and over the course of a number of years, the homeowner had started but not finished a few projects, one of which was a second floor dormer, another one was a rear addition, and the third was a garage addition. Originally, that rear addition was actually for a den, and that garage addition was supposed to be a front-to-back 2-car garage, and the second floor had a very difficult, hard-to-market 2-bedroom, 1-bath layout. So I knew as soon as I got that phone call and walked into this house that I was gonna have to reconfigure the whole entire thing. What I did like was, despite being on a slightly busier road, we had the circular driveway, we had the setback from the main road, and when you go see that backyard, you're not gonna believe how much space we have back there. Basketball court, pool, whatever you want, there's space to do it back there. Everybody loves an open floor plan, but in order to achieve that, we need a ton of steel. And in this house, we have 4 gigantic steel beams, tens of thousands of pounds of steel and dollars, which translates into this beautiful open floor plan. Right now I'm standing in the foyer. There's a big formal living room. We've got the vaulted ceiling in here resting on top of this beam. And what's unique about this home is that it's ideal for a multi-generational setup. We have a couple bedrooms on this level, a couple bedrooms upstairs, lots of open living spaces. And the nice thing about being an expanded ranch is we were able to achieve vaulted ceilings in a few rooms. One really cool feature, I felt this was really too small for a bedroom. We have an opening for a double door here and a great work from home space. We have it wired for TV, for your desk, and whatever you might need for an office or a room for homework. We've got 2 additional bedrooms here. This was the original primary suite, and we vaulted this ceiling as well. We've got a 3-piece bath in here, so this would become your ensuite on the first floor for guests or your parents or your nanny or whomever is staying with you. This is a great feature to have that ensuite on the first floor. We've got a nice sized closet. So in total, we've got 2 bedrooms and an office on this floor and 3 bedrooms and 2 full baths upstairs. There's also a full bath on this level for these bedrooms, making it a total of 4 baths. There's 2 ways to the main entertaining spaces of this house. So let's come through this hallway right here where I've set up for a pantry and a laundry. There's gonna be an additional laundry hookup downstairs, but there's no way that I'd get away with not having a laundry upstairs or on the first floor. So we did a stackable unit here, hard pipe the dryer vent, gas, and you've got your hookup for your washing machine. And now you've entered one of the most expansive kitchens we've done in any of my builds. This is massive. It's about 20 by 25. The counter space starts from over there and works all the way around. And because of all that linear feet, I was able to check off all the boxes. We've got a command center here with a desk. We've got a refrigerator here. We've got a wall oven, and then counter space continues about 15 feet that way, almost 20 feet that way. We're gonna break it up with the range hood right here. As you can see, it's neatly hard piped all the way out. We've got our electricity for our range hood, and we're gonna have a floating cooktop here, 36-inch sink base with a cooktop on the top, and it's gonna continue all the way around with your sink centered to the window. I think we're shooting for about an 8-foot island over here, so you'll have seating for about 4 people. And just when you thought you didn't have any more rooms with a nice dramatic high ceiling, you've got another space right here. This great room is enormous. We've got another triple header over here resting on that column right there. The ceiling height's about 13 feet in this room. And in that corner, we're gonna build a custom enclosure on about a 45-degree angle with a built-in Regency fireplace and TV. This open space is gonna be where you're gonna be spending the majority of your time. So I really didn't feel like that front to back garage was gonna be what was gonna market this home. We have about a 1.5 car garage, lots of storage, and now this is a fully insulated crawl space, and I think this room really makes the house. Now check this out. Before we go to the dining room, when you open this door, Look at what you're looking at. This property's 200 feet deep. Patio, sprinklers, professional landscaping, almost 500 feet of PVC fence. Call your fence guy, see how much that costs right now. Everything's double or triple right now. About 20 G's just on fence and railings. But we want to stay consistent with our product. This is what we've been offering from the beginning, and we don't want to deviate just because certain things have gone up in price. Now this open room right here, we can set up a nice big dining space, but depending on your lifestyle, you might have the kitchen set up there, an open dining room and family room, but this space right here is a great space for a formal dining space if that's one of your needs. Now let's go upstairs so I can show you where we have an additional 3 bedrooms and 2 full baths. Now, if you haven't done so already, once again, I'm going to implore you, please go back to just the most recent episode, and you're going to see what this second floor used to look like. Where you're standing right now is our new primary suite, but this was just a flat roof with that family room underneath it below. What we were able to do was excavate the existing foundation. Our engineers found that it was sufficient to support the load for a second floor, and we built this giant primary suite with a walk-in closet and a full bath. There were just these 2 bedrooms and a small bathroom. The sheetrock was done, but the molding wasn't. There was no flooring. The bathroom was never finished. So I knew that we had to rework the whole space anyway, and this was just a wall with a window. And we opened this up, and now we have this gorgeous primary suite. Once again, we have the vaulted ceiling, hi-hats. Every single room gets hooked up for TV, for internet. We do a heavy-duty bar box, so if you want to do a chandelier or a ceiling fan, every single room's set up. And as always, all our bedrooms have hi-hats in the closets with a switch. All our bathrooms are fully appointed with porcelain tile, waterproof shower. We've got a niche in the master. We've got a handheld, and everything that you've come to expect in terms of quality from our Pinnacle builds. Right now, we are downstairs in the original basement, and if you recall, this place was full of junk. We carved out a new outside entrance. We replaced all of the underground plumbing, and that's so important to me. How can you trust 60 or 70-year-old cast iron? So what we did was we ran all new plumbing throughout the entire house, dropped down our waste stacks on one side so we wouldn't have to run pipe all along the wall and lose space, and then chopped the floor and replaced all of that cast iron going all the way to the sewer outside with brand new plumbing. You will not have issues here for the next 100 years. Everything is 100% up to code. We're going to spray foam the entire exterior, giving us vapor control and a thermal barrier. We replaced the windows. We did our brand new electric service, new electric panel, new gas, new hot water heater in that corner. And this is all going to be an open, finished space, fully tiled. We made a space for a closet. We made space for storage. You've got all your bases checked out here. Now let's make our way outside. The outside stair is so important, especially in a big backyard like this, because let's say you put a pool in, you've got guests over, you don't want them walking through your house. You could have a full bathroom down there, a den for the kids, a place for them to play video games, and this backyard is every entertainer's dream. You've got a patio, you've got room for a pool, you've got room for a sports court for the kids, and it's fully fenced. We've got beautiful trees. I cut down a lot of trees here, but I kept those 3 beautiful oaks, 2 Japanese maples, so you'll have a nice bit of color and shade throughout the summer. But this is why I say all the time, renovations sometimes are even more expensive than new construction. A lot of my clients, a lot of people on Instagram, on YouTube hit me up and say, how much should this renovation cost? And it's such a loaded question. It's so hard to answer without actually seeing what you're working with. This place was a disaster. HVAC, plumbing, electric. It's not as simple as just throwing a dormer on top of a house. So I hope by sharing this portion of the process and the insight into what goes into a renovation, meshing old with new, you can see how some of those numbers that you're getting quoted right now with the cost of material and the shortage of labor, this is why it's costing so much, because it is very, very difficult right now to build new or renovate in these kinds of conditions. I know I've said it like 5 times already, but this episode will be far more impressive if you go back and watch the previous episode of what this house looked like before. But once again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of your support. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel and follow us on Instagram. @Pinnacle Real Estate is my handle. I'm here to answer all your questions. Thank you so much, and of course, we'll bring you back when everything's 100% done.